Hi everyone, this is Meena Puri from Ayurvedic Healing Center. I wanted to invite you to take a look at my 2023 programs. If getting healthy and healing on all levels is on your intention and goal for the next year, I invite you to take a look at the 6 workshops. These are foundational workshops. I picked out the areas of struggle that I see people in my practice, and I created a 1 hour workshop on those topics for on Mondays for an hour. The link will be below, and these workshops are standalone. You can simply attend them, or they can be a springboard to my mentorship program, which is going to begin in late February. And I'm also posting the details here. You can apply if you're interested in the program. It has limited seats. It's heavily discounted. So this is the first year it's being offered. This is the only year that I will give such a large discount. So if you're interested, take a look. But in this video, I wanted to talk to you and walk you through a process of setting intention, and so you can gain some clarity. So here we go. Um, Number one is intention is about figuring out what is it that you truly want. When I ask people that question, or even if we ask ourselves that question, we fumble about it, we fumble around it. We're like, oh, I'm not sure. What do you truly want? So the question to ask is, number one, what is it that you truly want? So I'm going to go on with the example of, say, I want a relationship. I want a new romantic relationship, or ignite some romance in my existing relationship. Okay. And what do you truly want? I want more romance or more love in my life. Okay. Now, step two, why do you want it? Why do you want a new relationship? Why do you want more love in your life? That question itself is going to give you some clarity. So it could be, well, I have somebody to do something with. So I have something to share with. But then the step number three, it really is about what is it that you wish to experience. So, for example, in this relationship example, I wish to experience support, companionship, love, and the sharing. I want to feel connected, intimately connected, or be close to someone. So I want that experience. Now we are getting clearer on our intention instead of just saying, I want a relationship, without figuring out why it is that you want it. Now, how would you communicate this intention to yourself and to the universe? So, it's all fine and dandy when we say write it down, say it out loud, and experience what that manifestation, if your intention was to manifest, what experience will it give you? But this is where it becomes a little bit tricky. So even to say it out loudly, you may hesitate. If there's any resistance to what is it that you want, any inner beliefs and blocks, they are going to show up here. And that's the whole point. The process of setting intention is really a process of getting to know yourself. It's not woo-woo, it's actually deeper inner work. So how would you communicate? So I'm going to give a few examples in how to communicate this. So we don't want to include the opposites in an intention. So this example came to my mind. If we say, I see silver lining in every cloud. I see a silver lining in every cloud. You may get a lot of clouds in your life, so you have the opportunity to see the silver lining. You see how the silver lining and the clouds are the opposite? Instead, you may say, I want ease. I am at ease in my life, or I experience ease in my life. Or in the example of the relationship is I want to feel connected, or not. I want to feel connected. Want signifies lack. That means you don't have it. We have to create the feeling sense, create the vibration that we already have it, so the universe can reflect back. It can mimic what we internally feel. So what we are really doing, we're giving the universe to something very solid, something that is true to ourselves, so it can reflect that back. So we don't want to include the opposites. And second point in this, how to communicate this intention, is to keep it positive. This example here I wrote down, I'm not going to eat sweets. So the not is a negative. Instead of saying, I eat healthy, when you say, I'm not going to eat sweets, the brain, the ego hears sweets. So it gets fixated on it. And then the next thing you know, you're eating sweets. That's not what you wanted. So do not include the negative. And so we don't want to create a really big intention like, I want to go to the moon in my first try. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it easy. Keep it doable. You're playing with it. You're getting to know yourself, and then, getting to know the magic that you can create. So start small so you can work out all the kinks. So in the case of the relationship, it's like, I'm going to say yes to the first person. I'm going to say yes to a friend who's introducing me to someone. Right? So that is very small. That's a small step. Now, say it in a present tense. That's the whole point. Instead of saying, I want a relationship, I enjoy a loving relationship. It as if it has already happened. Because we are kind of guiding the outer world to manifest in a material form what we energetically are implanting within ourselves. So you want to say it in a present tense. And then visualizing. Visualizing is a big deal. What the visualizing does, it actually naturally gives you the feeling sense. So when we want to create the feeling sense, visualization will do that for you. So I want to give you an example of this visualization. In the first year of the pandemic, I stepped out at nighttime into my deck. I was living in Michigan, Milford at that time. So my house was kind of like in a valley. So I was surrounded by a little bit uphill surroundings, but covered with trees, a lot of woods, trees. So I felt like really isolated. So I stepped into the deck. It was very eerie. It really felt like everybody had just deserted the neighborhood, and I was the last person standing there. So what I did was, knowing what I know to do, what I did was I closed my eyes and I took myself to say, what is it that I truly want? Because it was so dark, I started to visualize that I'm going to put all kinds of lights on the trees and the bushes. Then it was so quiet. I wanted people. I said, I want tables and chairs. And I was visualizing people coming in and going, a lot of social activity, liveliness, fun. Right? So when I was visualizing this, I was more affected positively by what I visualized rather than negatively impacted by the dreary, dark, and silent surrounding. So I did that. I didn't really, this is kind of something I normally do, things like that. I just didn't think much of it. I walked inside and I forgot about it. A few months later, end of that year, I had moved to Toronto. At the time when I was visualizing, I had no idea that I was going to move to Toronto. So here in Toronto, on my 17th floor condo, I'm standing in the balcony, and I was just mesmerized by the whole city full of lights. It was gazillion lights around me. And then what else I noticed? The freeway I could see the red light and the white light, traffic both ways. So I was just seeing just tons and tons of lights. Then it dawned on me that I actually had wanted that, but it got manifested in me standing on the 17th floor, being surrounded by so much light everywhere. Like I can see the whole city. And the activity of the cars continuously going back and forth. And I could see below, there's a park below there. So people are always, kids are playing, people are walking, etc. So this is how it manifested. The visualization, that's how it manifested. So visualizing gives you the effect, the feeling sense, and then what you want to do is offer gratitude. I am so grateful for this loving relationship. I'm grateful that I'm surrounded by light and so much, activity and warmth of the people around me. So like that. Now, so when we go through this process, that action becomes clear, right? If we did not go through the process of getting clear on what it is that we want and really communicate it, that is in alignment with what we want, we don't know what to do, right? So if I say, I want to get healthy, we want to be specific. What does that mean? There's a gazillion things I can do to get healthy. But to say, I'm going to go for a walk 15 minutes every single day at the start of the year. Now you have a step, a doable step, a clear step that you can take. So you want to have that clarity in action. So what the action is going to do, if the action feels hard, a struggle, you need to go back on setting your intentions. You were not clear on setting your intentions, because when the intentions are clear, intentions are a way for you to get in touch with what do you truly deeply desire. When you get in touch with that, the action should be easy. It should be effortless. It should be fun. If it isn't, you're not yet clear on your intentions, and go back and repeat the whole process again. Now, lastly, something that we forget to do, we don't let go. That's the number. We set the intentions, we do all the things, we do everything mentally. And now we are waiting. We're waiting. Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is my relationship? And we are so attached to it, to that it's going to happen in a certain time, certain way, certain shape. So we have to completely let go, in the sense that you honestly forget about it. So I'm going to give you another example. I was married for 7 years. I've been single since then, few dates here and there. And so I had, created a list of what am I looking for in my partner? And I kept on adding on or refining that list. And it was sitting in a feng shui spot and all of that. So, and I'm like, it's not happening. Where is the guy? What's going on? Right? So because I was thinking about it, I was attached onto it. So I came to a point where it actually made me really disappointed and frustrated and mad. So I told the universe off in no uncertain terms, but not in a pretty way. So what I did, I took the pages that I had written things on, I ripped them in small pieces, put it in a bowl, and on a one full moon day, lit it on fire. Everything got burned to ashes. I stepped into my balcony and allowed the wind to carry it away. So I felt so free and light after I did that. And actually, since then, I don't even think about it. I just go put my focus on what is before me. I don't even think about it. But it's sometimes we carry the burden of unfulfilled dreams, carry the burden of unmet needs or desires. And when we have gone through the process of what we truly want and get connected with the feeling sense of it, in a way, without even that thing actually manifesting, you have actually experienced it. That's what completes you. You actually have experienced it. So letting go, it has to come to that level of where suppose it never happens. Suppose I never meet the guy. I'm supposed to be single my whole life. Then so be it. Then are you okay with that? Then can you still find fulfillment, love, connection, support, companionship in your life without that? Of course we can. There's so many ways. So you have to let go to that point, and that's a process. So I hope that this was helpful. In the workshop this coming Monday, January 2nd, we're going to together go through the process and dig deeper. If you would like to go do that with me, go ahead and sign up for the workshop. It's on Monday, 7 to 8. It's for an hour. Just click the link below, and I will look forward to having you and guiding you through the process. So it's deeper than we think. It's not woo-woo like, oh, set your intentions. It's actually setting intention is really takes you deeper with it. It's a part of the inner journey. It's a healing process. So if you're ready to do that fully, click the link and sign up. Otherwise, I hope that this was helpful. So just pick an area in your life. What do you want? Go through the steps and see what happens. Play with it. Have fun with it. All right. Happy intention setting, and have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions on the method that I shared, feel free to share a comment. I'll be happy to read and respond back to you. Take care.